Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, today we're on our way down to have the winch fitted onto the front of our truck and have a step welded, which will make getting into the truck a lot easier when I do my Sunday driving job, so that kids can get in from the back of the truck and not, as they always seem to do, even though there are two sides to get into the truck, always seem to go onto the road. So trying to avoid that and trying to make it easier for the elderly folk that we pick up and pregnant mums in some cases, so that they can get into the truck a lot easier. That's for those big crowds when we pick up a lot of people, which is often, like every Sunday. So right now we're going to do a video showing what it really is like to go down on a rainy day after we've had the entire... Your door isn't right. So we got Tracy here. Tracy's going to be on the camera because we're not taking any kids down with us, not taking Beth, she's not coming, because once we get down there they're going to have to do some welding, and we'll be standing around in the rain probably looking at somebody in a construction yard where they keep all the materials. Not a safe place for kids. So we'll get right on with it. Over to you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Have we got a red dot there that shows that we're recording?
Yep.
Put that out of the way. And this is really more of a slide it down instead of a driving down, because it rained relentlessly last night and dropped a ton of water down, so it will almost be like cruising down the river. This will be the first time that we've videoed using our twin strips of concrete. It works except on the very acute bend there, and the trailing wheel is likely to go outside, and so it's really hard work on the tires. So we're actually going to infill select pass pieces. So this is the bridge, and then the difficult part, all has to be a work in progress, and it ain't easy. That's the house of the farmer. He's been doing a little work here, filling some of those deep grooves in. Now we'll go back and we'll take a run at it. This part that you're seeing now is where we've cut into the hill. It's not a safe feeling to be doing this, because it's so easy to get shunted off to the left, and then if you look at the left, there's nowhere to go, only the rice field. And as I've described it before, it's a roly-poly job. It's not driving down and waiting till you stop. As one of our subscribers said, who had some experience of driving in this kind of country with this kind of clay, that once the clay gets soaked especially after a really fresh rain, and well, we're in the middle of rain right now. It's slick, it's almost like driving on ice. I'm not sure if that's James Bond there. Probably not, but then I'm no Carabao expert. I think at the moment we have two babies, two baby Carabaos. There's one that you can see there. Very cute. Turn left of the Gemelina tree. Coming up to the spot where little red cracked out. And here's a lot of the problem that we have when it gets really wet. And that is that the ground is waterlogged and it's a camber, it's sloping off. In this case now it's sloping off to the right. And whether you're pointing this direction or that direction, it takes you where it wants you to go. So now the important part on this next part is to keep going, and that ain't always easy. So if you look there, there's not a whole lot of choices. So we'll see how we go. Fingers crossed. Well, happy to say we were lucky there. Boy, I've been stuck there a few times. Then it's out with the shovel. Do what you can. This gives you a good idea what the logistics of building anything out in the hills is like. To get a delivery truck from any of the hardware stores, well, hardware stores, that's what they call them here, in the West. If you're in America or you're in the UK, you'd be calling them builders merchants, where you can buy all building materials. Here it still comes under the hardware store label or name. Now to get a truck up here, one truck that got stuck, we eventually got him out, but his last words to Beth were, "I will never, ever deliver up here again." So we are much loved by the hardware stores. I know from experience that what you see on the screen that we take with the video camera is not always representative of what is actually happening. It may seem like we're going very fast. We're actually going at about, I don't know, if we look at miles per hour, which is what I work in best, maybe 6 or 7 miles an hour at the fastest. But then down to sometimes down to 3 or 4 miles an hour. They always used to say that 4 miles an hour was what the average postman delivering mail would walk at that. Hello, young man. That's the son of the family that now have the secret house in the mountains. Now this particular part here can be a nightmare. If you look, it's really necessary to keep off to the left as we're looking at this now, but if you look over there as we pass, you'll see that there's a deep gully on the right. The camber is off to the right, and the challenge is to stay up here on the left. Well, we did okay today, which is a surprise. Coming back may be a different story. Now, although this looks like it would be very unchallenging, off to the right there, there's nowhere to go. That the actual path ends where that green starts, and that green starts with something like a 3-foot drop off. You can see it very clearly here now. And off to the left is a carabao pool, and you want to do neither. You can get a good idea of how deep some of those pools are by the way that the truck dips. Now the soil on here is quite a stony composition, so we've never been stuck going up here, and as you can see, the water runoff is very good. know this path very, very well. I've been walking it, riding on a motorcycle, driving in the Little Red, and now in the Big Blue, and I know it very well, but I still never take it for granted, because if you put too much gas on, then you're likely to slide off, and you get this side slip, what I call side slip, and that's very tricky. And this is a whole area where it's red clay. One of the big delivery trucks got stuck here. You can see how he plowed into that bank. That was the 3-ton truck, 6-wheeler. There are some places that just never seem to dry out, and this is one of them. And the truck loves this one. Now just lately we've had a lot of trouble with the Little Red. If you follow the videos you will know about that, and seems like it's a very troublesome truck now, but actually it's had more use, it's had more overloading, more thrashing, more every day doing this path every day, and sometimes twice, probably equates the amount of use that truck has had to do in just over a year, probably more use than most trucks would have in possibly 3 or 4 years. As a newcomer to this scene, that was what Tracy thought. What did you think about that, Tracy?
Yes, I can't believe how much work the Little Red has done on this road. It would destroy any vehicle, I think. Yeah. It's an amazing vehicle.
So it's only fair to realise that there's going to be a ton of work that has to be done on a fairly regular basis. We had to have new tyres fitted in a fairly short time. We had to have a clutch, and no doubt we'll be doing another clutch. You can hear that the Big Blue is bottoming out at times. We can't raise it much. Maybe there may be 1.5 inches of raise, but that's only going to take the bumper off the road, which will be an advantage, but the actual bottom of the truck isn't going to change. Here's another potentially very difficult place coming up now, because it's holding water. There's no way that the water can get off. No matter what you do, you can cut little irrigation trenches, but the rain is just more, it's more than you could realize. Unless of course you're in Florida, and then you'll know all about torrential rain. Now we don't have many neighbours on this road, but this is one neighbour who apparently owns this part of the road. So he owns this part of the road, he has the rights on this part of the road, and he has a nice gate there that he had put up, and was concerned that things were going to get flying up and he would have mud everywhere. And he actually went to the barangay captain and asked if we would do something about it, which we did, of course, because I think that if he wanted to, he could close down that part of the road, to us anyway. He would just make it so that pedestrians and caravan motorcycles could get through. Not much we can do here. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Salamat. I'll do it, and you can film it. So we've now got, this is the little chug. Didn't know about this when we got the truck, and it wouldn't make any difference. This is what was available. But we have to change on the transfer case, take it out. So then we had this little tool made up, which made it possible to, you can see what a mess the wheels are in. And what we have to do now is take this and take out the hub. And same on the other side. Same if you look at the amount of mud. Now on the later vehicles, obviously they've handled this so you do everything from inside the cab. Now the drag about this, it doesn't seem like a very big thing, but when it's raining like this, it can be torrential rain, and you have to get out and do that. The bottoming out, as you can see here, we're never going to be able to raise much on the bumper, but every little bit helps. What we're doing today is we're going down to Edgar's, and Edgar is going to do us a favour and bring out a support here with a platform, and the winch will go on the front. So I'm very happy that he's able to do it in that particular way, we hope, because I didn't want to start cutting away on the bumper and making the big blue look like a mess. We're also going to have some work done on the back, put a step in, so that, as I said, people can get in. So that's really the trip that we have every time, going just reverse everything to go back home, and that's what we've done. So this is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thank you, Tracy, for holding the camera for us, and thanks for looking in. Bye for now. Bye.